I got to play the newest version of 2XKO at EVO Japan. So amongst like top fighting game players or fighting game YouTubers, I probably have the outright least time on this game. So this is pretty much my first serious long-term sit down with the game. So I had a couple of goals. My main goal was to get an actual handle on the game's mechanics and to play characters I did not play at EVO 2023. At EVO 2023, I spent the majority of my time playing Ari, but at EVO Japan, I played Illaoi pretty much exclusively the entire weekend. But first, let's take a look at the game itself. So this will be as comprehensive of an overview of the game as I could possibly give with the footage that I have. So first off, 2XKO is a 6-button game. You have light, medium, heavy, special move 1, special move 2, and assist. Personally, I thought having 2 special move buttons was kind of an odd choice, but after playing for a little while, you kind of get used to it. On top of that, characters like Illaoi actually do get additional special moves in certain situations, so having the second special move button actually made sense here. You can dash by using 2 buttons. Dash block is very strong for movement in this game, but unlike anime games, you don't move anywhere once you start blocking. So once you start blocking, you just stop instantly. You throw with medium heavy and you parry with light heavy. It's funny that I wrote down you parry with light heavy because I basically forgot to use this mechanic the entire weekend. The only thing I could add is that parry does cost meter. Back and 2 buttons in block stun causes a backdash out of block stun that doesn't go very far but can get you out of some sticky situations, while forward plus 2 buttons does a push block. This does cost meter, however. You can perform supers by doing down down, S1 or S2, and if you press both S1 S2 after doing down down, you get your ultimate. This next one is a little iffy, so you can use back an assist and forward assist to do 2 different assist calls. I wasn't actually sure if there was a third assist by doing neutral, but at least that's what I wrote down in my notebook. And you can tag while the assist is out. Also, by holding the assist button, you can make the assist appear in other positions. As in, you can make the assist kind of run a distance, and then when you let go of the button, they'll do the assist. It's not something that I've did really often, and it really depends on the character that you're using. If you press assist while getting hit, you'll burst. I'm pretty sure. So in my matches, I was actually pressing special move plus assist at the same time. So I kind of put an asterisk here. There is also a limitation around how much you can burst. I was told that when the character icon is gold, you could do it. But when I was looking at it, I couldn't really tell the difference. So I have to look over my own footage and see if it's more clear when you're watching or something. Basically, skill issue. Finally, when you're on a single character and under a certain HP threshold, you'll get access to Last Stand. Last Stand lets you use your KO'd character as an assist, but rather than choosing back or forward assist, you get a high-powered special assist that is only active when the character is KO'd. The KO'd character can also burst. These 2 things help keep you in the game and give you a chance of making a comeback. I played a good mix of singles and duos. Singles is like pretty normal fighting games, like just a standard 2v2, but duos, you play with a partner a la Smash. The point player calls the assist and the backup player actually tags, so some coordination is definitely needed here. So this is another one where I wrote an asterisk because I actually did play plenty of duos, but while I was playing duos, we were so busy like screaming at each other that I actually forgot like which one does which, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works. After you pick your team, there are 4 grooves to choose from. If you've never played a fighting game before, or if you've never played a fighting game that has this groove system, the term's from CVS2. It refers to a mode that lets you customize your characters a little bit. So you have Fury, Double Down, 2x Assist, and Freestyle. Fury is a damage boost you get when you're under 40% HP. People were calling this the beginner groove around me, and when I played people, basically no one picked this. However, I do think it has potential though. Obviously, this game is not really close to being ready to be released. So the majority of people that you play don't really do big combos, so the damage boost, whatever it is, because I didn't see people using it, people don't value that much. But I've seen some like really big combos for some people who have a lot of time on the game, and it seems like one character can do around 40 to 50% damage without assist or meter. So depending on how big the damage boost that Fury gives you, it could mean you could do 80% or maybe even touch a death character under certain circumstances. So I do see some potential of it, even though no one really used it. Double Down enables DHCs. If you played any team games like Marvel or Dragon Ball Fighters, you'd be familiar with this. Is when you cancel a super into another super, and the other super is from the teammate specifically. Again, no one I played really used this, and I think in this case it mostly comes from there's not really a character that uses this well right now, at least from my understanding. The only character I could really think of off the top of my head is Illaoi, because she has kind of like a utility super. But I think with some exploration and some additional characters, this could be pretty good as well. Another thing that I wrote down that I thought would make this a little bit weaker was that I believe the most meter you could hold is 3 bars. And I wrote that I didn't feel like I was building meter very quickly, but again, you have to circle back to I wasn't doing massive combos, so I don't know what true meter gain looks like in this game. 2x assist, as the name suggests, lets you call assist twice. It sounds obvious, but there's a little bit more nuance to this. You can interrupt your first assist call with a second assist call at any point during that assist. The only player I really saw using this was Sonic Fox, who really put me on and sold me on this groove. And then finally there was Freestyle, which was by far the most popular groove of the weekend. This gives you 2 tags when you call an assist. So generally the game flow would go, you do stuff, you call your assist, maybe you tag, maybe you don't. Freestyle lets you tag, do some more stuff, and then tag back if you feel like it. It causes a lot of visual clutter, which I find to be pretty strong. So next I want to actually talk characters, and if you've been keeping up with the game, you've seen plenty of Ari, Echo, Darius, and even Yasuo, who I believe got revealed at EVO 2023. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the character I spent the most time with was Illaoi. Illaoi is a 2-step character. So her game plan involves getting something on the screen, the tentacles, and then using that to enforce strong offense in neutral. While she felt pretty standard without the tentacles, maybe even like stubby and kind of committal as a character, once you have a tentacle set up, I felt like I had way more control of the matches. Her range becomes much larger because the tentacles have a really big range, and you can kind of activate them from anywhere because she gets 2 additional special moves, a strike and a command grab, where funny enough the animation is the exact same on her side, but then also you get strong simple mix-up options that you can easily make more complicated with tags, assists, and the tentacles. Alright, so to wrap up this video, I do want to look at a couple of the last couple of games I played. So one with me playing Illaoi and Darius, and the other with me playing Illaoi and Ari. So the Illaoi Darius team, I just had way more time on than Ari, so I really used Ari at the end just to mess around with 2x assist a little bit, because like I said before, I got kind of sold on the 2x assist groove while basically everyone was using freestyle. So you're going to see a big proponent of Illaoi's game plan is trying to keep this corner positioning to the best of her ability, and then trying to set something up with an assist so that you could just move into strike throw or any other type of mix up and just really kind of keep them there. Yasuo really exposes how stubby she is without the extra screen control and assist of the tentacles on screen. But the nice thing I like about this team is that it has a couple of pretty good things going for it. One is that Darius is just easy, and then like when you don't know what you're doing, you just like press buttons to the special move, and he has a special move that just has a mix up built in, which is kind of nice. He also has assists with special properties, so he has like an armor assist that you could use to kind of just get stuff on the screen pretty safely. And the last thing is, and when I do it, I'll point it out, but he has bleed status, so he does more chip damage and it applies to the teammate. So one of the things you could do is go for really long extended block strings. So for this one I just did like a simple strike throw, but there are other cases where basically just everything I do does a lot of chip damage, so you don't actually have to do mix-ups to them. You could just like do a really long block string and they'll take the damage anyway. The HP is recoverable, but I still found it to be a pretty strong strategy. On top of that, with the way the movement is right now, so again, Ari is the only character that has traditional like anime style movement, for lack of a better word. So since Darius has like pretty big buttons and an easy to use anti-air, he felt pretty valuable from that regard too. The main thing was that this team really got zoned, so like if someone had to brawl with me, I felt like pretty good, but when someone had like a good projectile or a really good movement, I was like, oh man, it's kind of a struggle to get in. Here I have the screen control that I really want, so I'm gonna get my combo here into a knockdown where I have the tentacle there. Here comes Darius. I'm going to do a chip string, and then I'm going to keep going. I have 2 tentacles, so I have 2 opportunities. Just kind of go. Darius is back. Now, that might look really impressive. You're like, wow, you just had your opponent there sitting and blocking. But you have to consider, like, they had 3 bars, so they could, like, push block. And then also you have, like, bursts available. After all this time playing, I finally found where the burst is. It's the meter. It's, like, where the risk would be guiltier. Basically, I stayed the whole time, like, looking at the character icons. I'm like, bro, I can't tell, please. So that's the special move that leads into a mix-up, and I don't know if you get one mid-screen, but in the corner you do get a combo of some of the options. Like I did like a strike follow-up where they're kind of like stunned, you run up, you just do a simple combo. Again, just kind of pushing this. Again, if this looks really impressive, I mean, it kind of is, but also you have push block, and the push block is pretty significant, as I showed a bunch in the video. I got knocked down by throw. Echo doing his thing. I use my burst to just keep the corner. And there I try to use the handshake in a scramble, which I actually think is pretty strong, but I'm not like that used to doing. Into an air throw. I have a pretty good weight situation. Anything kills here. I close it with her 2 S2, down S2. I maybe won't use numerical notation for this game. People are using S1, S2. I don't really know yet. So next up is a match I specifically chose because I'm actually messing around with 2x assist here. It's one that I didn't use a lot. Again, the most time I spent was definitely using freestyle assist, but just to get an idea of how it works, plus have some footage of it being used by somebody. Because again, overall, the one that at least I saw used the most was freestyle tag. I was not by the booths like the whole time. Obviously, I had Guilty Gear to play. I tried out Hunter x Hunter, but overall, 80 to 90% of the players I saw use freestyle, so I did want to take some time on 2x assist. So the concept with Ari is that Ari has the Vegeta A assist. I guess Marvel players, it's the, what is it, Cold Star assist. So you have like a good neutral control assist for Illaoi, who again is kind of stubby, and like while she's faster than you might think, like she just doesn't control space that well without an assist. So having like aerial coverage like that I found to be pretty valuable. Plus with a 2x assist, you'd be able to follow up and just have multiple tentacles and get strike throw and stuff right away, which I thought might be pretty nice. The other thing too is that you could cancel the assist at any time on top of that, but I again didn't really have a feel of how I was supposed to use it effectively yet. Ori has a lot of like really like cute tricks. So I actually learned a lot of stuff after this session, unfortunately, that I can't show. Like how she has like really strong high-low mix-up. She has like a good, easy-to-use cross-up. She's extremely fast. She actually does a good amount of damage. Like the most damage I saw with her was a combo Sonic Somi that did like 50%. But I got none of these here. It's my first time playing her again since like EVO 2023, like back in Las Vegas. So I really don't got nothing here. But it's kind of good too because my opponent has only been playing the game for literally an hour. So outside of playing Darius and Illaoi the whole weekend, it was nice for me to have a character that I was kind of new to help out my friend. So here the main things that I have to my advantage is using the double assist to set up the tentacles. But actually one thing it seemed about Ari, I don't know if it's totally true, is like she doesn't easily get hard knockdowns. So the tentacles actually activate when you do stuff that is a hard knockdown, and you could do extensions with them. But at least in these games, it didn't feel like it was activating. Even though I saw the message come up, I wasn't sure like if there was something I was doing wrong. Because when I was doing it with Darius, it was happening like no problem. But when I was doing it with Ari, it felt like the tentacles weren't activating. So I'm going to assume skill issue. Side note, but this game is 2 out of 3 rounds, as you can see, and you have to beat both characters to win. I actually feel like matches will probably speed up once people start doing more damage. But I wonder if we're going to have that haha funny FT3 discussion, because I mean the game could take a long time, depending on how it plays out. I don't really know. Again, probably my longest session with this game basically ever. Yasuo actually felt pretty hard to fight as Illaoi. Like assist actually really important because he has just huge buttons. Honestly, it sounds like really basic, but again, she's kind of stubby, so I'm really getting boxed in. I have to pull up really aggressively, and I have the feeling that you don't want to block in this game long term. Like it's okay now because no one really knows what they're doing, but long term I feel like block is immediate bare minimum like 2 mixes. So you don't really want to be running into people's buttons, unlike some other anime games, GG, Undernight kinda, I shouldn't say Undernight totally, but GG is definitely a big strat to run into people's buttons. Here comes Echo. Echo also felt pretty challenging with Illaoi because he has a kind of slow moving projectile. This is where Ari felt pretty valuable because she is really, really mobile. She can air dash, she could bait people a bunch of ways. And like a lot of things, you could tell what they really want you to combo off of and what they don't want you really, because things have like a lot of slowdown sometimes, it feels. Here I am using a 2x assist again into tag. So I started thinking that maybe you have more actions on 2x assists. I don't know. Like this would take some training mode, I think, to really flesh out. Here's a super, and I just end up chipping them out. But alright, yeah, let me know what you guys think. As usual, if you have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Over the weekend, I'll post the unedited footage of me playing, probably on day 2. Day 1 was mostly messing around with mechanics. If you want me to also post that, then let me know. But my plan is to only post the matches at this moment. Like and subscribe if you guys feel like it, and I'll see y'all next time. Thank you. Peace out.